We just had the biggest YouTube algorithm update that we're probably going to see in our lifetime. So the information you're going to learn in this video, you cannot find anywhere else. Okay, and that's because every other YouTube coach is telling you that this update has to do with titles and descriptions or how long your video is. It's all bullshit. They were all looking in the wrong place. This update was so big that it wasn't done on YouTube. The actual update that changed the YouTube algorithm forever was done on Google. Now, the only reason I know this is because I went through Google developer files. So in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how the YouTube algorithm changed. But first, if you don't know who I am, my name is Romero. I've been running faceless YouTube channels since 2018, and across all of my YouTube channels, I have made over $2 million in ad revenue, and I do other things, but I don't think you give a shit. So let's just get started. Update number 1, that is Gemini and Semantics ID. For those of you that don't know, Google is Gemini's AI system. It's like their own version of ChatGPT. And what it does is that it analyzes all of the YouTube videos that are posted and it makes a summary about them. But on January 14th of 2026, literally only a few days ago, Google changed the settings on Gemini. And what this change did is that it gave Gemini the ability to reason across platforms, meaning that now Gemini knows what you're doing on Google Drive, what you're sending on Gmail, and what you're searching for on Google. And the purpose of that is because Google wants to know how you're feeling. They want to know what you do and what you're trying to do. Because in my opinion, what Google is trying to do is that they're trying to go from a search engine to an answer engine. And they're using Gemini to do that. I know what you're thinking. Google's doing that weird shit, cool. What does that have to do with my YouTube channel? Well, because of this new ability Gemini has, it now gives every single YouTube video something called a semantic ID. And what a semantic ID is essentially a summary of your video, but now it understands the energy of your video, right? The vibe, what the intent was. So let me give you an example. Let's say you're driving on the freeway and you get a flat tire. So you pull over, you pull out your phone and you search tow trucks near me. And then you search how to change a flat tire. At this point, what Google sees is that you're stressed, you're in a situation, and you're looking for answers fast. Now let's say that when you're sitting on the freeway, you open up YouTube. Well, guess what? The first video you're gonna see on your homepage is a tutorial on how to change a tire, even if you've never searched it on YouTube before. But here's the craziest part. That video tutorial that you would see on your homepage about how to change a tire, it wouldn't be a 10-minute video. It would be a 30-second to 3-minute video. Because again, Google told Gemini that you were in a situation, that you were stressed, and Gemini controls the YouTube algorithm. So when you open up YouTube, it used common sense and tried to predict what you were looking for. And not only that, but it also knows that you needed answers fast because you were on the side of the freeway. So it wouldn't show you a 10-minute video. It wouldn't go based on which tutorial on how to change a tire has the most average view duration or which one has the most views. It would be the shortest, straight to the point video. So that's what a semantic ID is. It's what Gemini uses to predict what a user wants to watch based on their Google activity. Moving on to update number 2, and that's retention is no longer king. Now, if you've watched any YouTube tutorial ever, you know that retention is the most important part, or it used to be. You wanted them to watch as long as possible. Well, that's not how it works anymore. And that's because on January 14th, Google also implemented something called good abandonment. And essentially what this is that they want to make sure that the user is satisfied. So here's an example. Let's say you make a 10-minute tutorial video on how to change a tire. And the watch time of that video, or the average view duration, is 2 minutes. Meaning that after 2 minutes, the majority of the viewers click off. You know, before, that was like the worst thing that could have happened because the algorithm would assume that your video was just shit. But now, Gemini investigates. It tries to find out why people left after 2 minutes. And let's say with this tutorial, the first 2 minutes of your video was just you explaining it. And after 2 minutes, the rest was just like a random vlog. Gemini sees that and it's like, okay, people didn't click off after 2 minutes because the video was bad. They clicked off because they got their answer. That would be what Google considers good abandonment. But bad abandonment is when Gemini goes and investigates, same scenario, it saw that the majority of the users would go back on YouTube and searched for another tutorial on how to change a tire. It would then reason and think, okay, clearly this video did not answer their question. It left the viewer unsatisfied, so they had to go and find their answer somewhere else. That is bad abandonment, because now Google sees what viewers do after they watch your video. Now it's not necessarily how long people watched for. It's about whether they were satisfied or not. Moving on to update number 3, that is co-visitation. And if you're a small YouTube channel looking to grow, this is probably the most important one. YouTube no longer looks at your channel by itself. It doesn't look at your performance overall or your content. It also looks at who else your viewers are watching. If I'm not mistaken, what Google is doing is that they're seeing the last 31 days of a user's activity, and they're trying to see how the viewer ended up on your channel. For example, so let's go ahead and say that 1,000 people watch one of Mr. Beast's videos, and then after that, they click on one of your videos. That will tell the algorithm that, okay, these 1,000 people clearly like Mr. Beast, and they also watched, your channel. That means that they have the same group of audience. So now the algorithm recommends you in the same neighborhood as Mr. Beast. You're essentially borrowing his authority, which is a fucking great thing. So now YouTube will start testing out your video to other people that watch Mr. Beast, and it builds this snowball effect. Now, how a lot of channels die is because of this. If the wrong people watch your video, you're gonna get put in the wrong neighborhood, right? That's why you never share the link to your video to any family or friends, or put it in a random, Reddit thread, or I don't know, buy bots to watch your video, which you should never do. Because again, now this is all viewer based. This is all the audience. It doesn't really, the algorithm no longer gives a shit what you have in your tags or your description, because Google doesn't need more data, right? It has every single possible YouTube video in their system. So now it can start recommending videos based on the audience's pattern. Update number 4 is negative comments. The old YouTube algorithm saw comments as engagement. It doesn't matter what they said. If you had a shit ton of comments, that was a good thing. But now, since it's mostly based on viewer satisfaction, if your comments are people arguing, or people complaining about the video, or disagreeing with you in some way or form, the algorithm is also going to punish you for that. So, a huge strategy that a lot of YouTubers have is to rage bait, essentially. Well, that just got patched. A boring video with happy comments is now going to outperform a really entertaining video with bad comments. Now, this update did send an entire ripple effect to YouTube, right? There's a lot of things that are going to change. I only covered 4 of them in this video, but in the Google files I went through, there were 21 different updates. Now, because I don't want to sit here and make an hour-long video to explain it all, you can click the link in my description or in the pinned comment. That's going to take you to my school community. Once you're in, you're going to see 80+ video tutorials where I take you step by step on how I managed to make over $2 million with YouTube, or at least what my strategy is. But you're also going to find the full report of this new YouTube update. And obviously, you're also going to see how to implement these changes to your own channel. But anyways, I do plan on posting a part 2 very, very soon. It just kind of depends how this video does. So if you want to know more, but you don't want to join my school community, go ahead and leave a positive comment down below for Gemini, like the video, and subscribe to the channel. Besides that, that's pretty much it. Y'all have a good day.
Alright, so I'm currently at my dashboard on smmshiba.com. And do not get confused by the website names. SMM Shiba and SMM Dodge are actually the same website. So all you have to do once you've created yourself an account here is to go on list, click on this category icon, select, and here you want to select something, basically any option that says from with video. So I'm going to choose this one right here, and this should be already fine. 2014, 2017, yeah. Now I'm going to click on buy, confirm, and now you can go onto your product orders and you will see this is pending. All right, the order is now completed. This didn't even take 2 minutes. What you want to do now is you want to copy that ID, and we want to be organized, right? Especially if we have multiple channels, you will not find them again. So make sure to save it somewhere.